I know that, like, Rollo's been married for a good chunk of his life, so he hasn't seen this, but like every single relationship from my 20s onwards has always been an upgrade. There was a stand-up comic that made a joke about this once, where like women will never go down financially with men.
Mhm.
Men, generally speaking, especially once they get red pilled, will tolerate less and less crap, and often, women or a female primary social order will point and sputter at these guys and say, "Oh, you're immature, you're a commitment phobe." Fill in the narrative or the point and sputter reason why you're not, settling down for this, single mom with 3 kids in tow from 2 different fathers and an extra 50 pounds before you knew her in her 20s when she dumped you, because you've gotten better and you tolerate less BS. And it's not misogyny, it's not women hate. It's just, there's a lot of people out there that get that confusion. It's just, no, as you get better and your SMV goes up and you make more money, you learn some game, you put a dent in the universe, your value is greater than what hers is, because her peak's in her 20s. It's 22, 23, 24. After that, she's generally speaking on the decline. Sometimes you can push it off a little bit with some good health habits, but she's on the decline. I mean, it's just the reality of life.
Right. When you were reading the Iron Rule number 7,
Yep.
which is never root through garbage, the other part of that I think is almost more important, and that is that it is time better spent developing new women and new prospective women than it is trying to restart or to like repair an old relationship.
Mhm.
Because when you get into that, when you get in this mode of thinking, like couples, like when they go to like marriage counseling or something, they're already in this mode. And the mode is you're negotiating genuine desire. When you first met that girl that you were with, and then you broke up with her for whatever, like she broke up with you or whatever, for whatever reason, prior to that breakup, when you guys were getting together, it was based on genuine desire. She actually wanted to get with you, and you guys were having hot monkey sex for the first 3 months in the honeymoon period kind of thing. And then you were foolish enough to move in with her or whatever, and you ended up having this sort of long-term relationship. And so at some point, something shifted from genuine desire to sort of negotiating desire. And when you break up with that person, and then you come back to it, even if it works out for you, you're negotiating the terms for you coming back together. So yeah, you might have that hot, makeup sex for a little while, and you might go through another sort of honeymoon period. But after a while, you're always going to have that one time where you guys broke up, or that one time where you had a break and she went and banged the guy in the foam cannon party in Cancun. And that's always going to be part of your relationship with that person. So what I always said is, like, the second part of that is that it's always time better spent to get with somebody who doesn't know you, who you have a fresh start with, who you can learn from your mistakes if you have made any or whatever. Like maybe it's just you being more cautious or wary, so you have more experience and you move on from there. This is also why I say that spinning plates should be part of your game, your plan, from the time you're like 18 all the way until you're about 30, 31, 32, maybe even beyond that. Because what that does is it does two things. It prevents you from slipping into the idea that, oh, there's this one special girl for me and she's the only one for me. Like you start, fixating or catch feelings or get one-itis when you're spinning plates, when you're dating non-exclusively. And I mean that in the terms of not in poly. You're not like have one main girl and you got like a few side girls. I mean, every one of your girls is side girls. Mm-hmm. When you do that, you're forestalling, I guess, or preventing one-itis, preventing the soulmate myth. You are in a condition of abundance, at least mentally. Even if you've only got like 2 girls or 3 girls, at least you're in a position of abundance where you can say, I can generate more options. That options is where confidence comes from. So you're also developing confidence. And then fourthly, you are also developing experience. So you understand women's nature better because you're dealing with different women and you're seeing what it is that you need and what, from a long-term partner, assuming that's what you want to do in the future. So you've got abundance, you've got experience, you've got somewhat insurance against the soulmate thing. You got experience, everything else, and that's one of the reasons why I keep saying, spinning plates is a good thing for guys, particularly when you're young. It's not just about hitting every girl you can, for the sake of the sex. It's because there's other things that go along with it.